Lobsters are crustaceans who live way down on the ocean bed. And depending upon your taste, you may find them disgusting or maybe even delicious. But the fact is, they have more in common with us than you think. Lobsters have a very simple nervous system with easily distinguishable neurons, which have helped scientists to study them and extrapolate their findings to more complex life forms including human beings. Let's talk about their territorial conquests. Lobsters have a need for shedding and molding their hard protective shells at some points in their lives. At these times they become extremely exposed and vulnerable. This causes them to look for good quality shelters in whatever territory they end up in. It is obvious that this need to find shelters is essential for survival, and this also leads to conflict, as high-quality shelters are scarce and competition is high. Now things might be starting to sound similar to the world we live in far away from the ocean floor. This is where the dominance hierarchy becomes evident and status and position come into play, similar to what humans experience. The ones at the top live in the best of territories where their survival is almost guaranteed even in difficult times, whereas the poor live in slums under stress, and their lives crumble at the slightest of disturbances, such as disease and economic fluctuations. But how is this dominance hierarchy established in the lobster world? This is determined by various levels of conflict which range from completely avoiding physicality, by estimating the opponent's size and strength through sensory markers, to direct combat, which can result in mutilation and even death. It may seem that winning is everything. However, consider the scenario where two lobsters fight injuring each other, only for a fresh third lobster to arrive and defeat the two others. Or perhaps even a scenario where a strong male is defeated by three males each half its size. Thus, only physical prowess can't get a lobster too far. It has to indulge in certain political tactics such as avoiding unnecessary disputes with lobsters of similar status and dominating and bullying the ones at the lower levels so that they don't find the courage to stand up to him. This again is a behavior pattern all too common in the human world, from low-level street gangs to civilized workplaces to even countries as whole. Now, do you know that there are win and lose hormones? Winning and losing change the neurochemistry of the brain in lobsters. Winning produces high levels of serotonin, which provides confidence and results in post-ural stoutness. This positive feedback after winning keeps the lobster indulged in more and more fights, amassing more and more territory and power. Losing, on the other hand, produces high levels of ectopomin, which results in a stooped and crouched-looking posture, and such a lobster vanishes at the first sign of trouble. Even the lobster's brain starts to dissolve and regrow as it is too simple to accommodate these hormonal changes. This phenomenon is very common in human beings. Winners become more confident and keep winning, whereas losers keep losing. The effects of losing on biochemistry in humans is very similar to that of lobsters, especially the ones who face defeat in their career and romance. What about the ladies? The female lobsters too have similar needs as their male counterparts. They too fight for dominance and hierarchy in a fiercely competitive population. In the process of choosing their mates, they let nature take its course and wait for the winners at the finish line. Therefore, they hang around the top males and vie for their attention and protection. This is again something that you may have observed in the human world too. However, in the last 100 years, with modern technology and access to education, the physical distinction between men and women has been rendered invisible. Women have become self-dependent and self-sufficient. Yet, the behavior pattern hasn't gone through much of a variation, as it is something that has been ingrained in our nervous system through millions of years of evolution. A century cannot hold the candle to 1,000,000 years. It is quite conclusive that it is most beneficial to be the top male in the hierarchy of lobsters. All the same for humans too. He gets all the power, all the territory, and all the girls. The one at the bottom is left with nothing, not even hope. In the end, to those who have everything more will be given, from those who have nothing everything will be taken. Now that we have come to the end of this video, if you consider yourself curious and want to learn more, then do give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Your support gives me the motivation to keep these videos coming.